Can y'all hear me? What's going on? Yo, what's up? Hold on. See. What's going on? How y'all doing? I know it's been a couple days since I've been live, but I wanted to speak about something. I don't know how long I'm gonna be live, but shout out to everybody that's here. Let's see. All right, what's going on? No, Salah, you can get out my chat, sir. Don't rush me. I will talk when I get ready to. I want to make sure that people understand I'm here because the chat room is a little bit quiet. Or it ain't a lot of energy. Don't be rushing me. Y'all love to come. Not y'all, but it's always these people that don't, you know what I'm saying? They be in the chat room. These people are probably some of the laziest people possible, but they want to tell you to hurry up and talk. I will talk when I get ready, you moron. I'm taking my time with this. I ain't in no rush. Make sure y'all like the stream. That's the problem. We have these people who mentally that they cannot stack up to anybody, but they want to rush you when you're trying to make sure that the communication is there. This is how I run my shit. Okay? Show respect when you come into my chat room, man. What's wrong with you people? Let's shout out to the people here, the moderators that are here, and channel members. Matter of fact, I may add a new mod or two here and there. You know, sometime soon. You know. But shout out to everybody that's here. Salute to everyone here. I'm gonna be doing my podcast again. Okay. I just want to let y'all know the podcast I was doing on Spotify, Anchor, right? Last episode was November of last year. But I want to do something different this time around. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that. I appreciate, if I have a potty mouth, lame, why are you here? I do curse every now and then. I know this is a family show. You know? Shout out to Illa Dre. Appreciate that, man. Oh, of course. That's why I'm warming up. People want me to rush like I got something to do. I ain't got nothing to do for the next hour or two.
I know you're about to go in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see who's here. G Slim, Sydney, True. Trill, Jasmine, Chris G, Zeke, John Mark, Garrison, Chigozi, Laverette, that's how you say it. Ramon, Langan, Joshua, not important. Elbert, Steven 803, Jay Harper, Didi, Robert, JD Miles, your son Maurice. I may be doing some collaborations. I don't know how soon though. Mark, Stewart, J, Taid, Bush Kid, Black and Proud. I'm definitely getting on Spotify, but I'm going to do it differently. I want to have somebody on there with me. Because podcasts are boring when you do it yourself. Like, I already make enough content by myself. I just want to have somebody in there when we banter. I gave y'all some sneak previews of it. When I did those somewhat interviews, young lady. Shout out to JD Miles, appreciate it. But I want to do something different. I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. You know? I don't want to do, like I said, I'm not the type of person to go and follow with other people. I want to do something that's unique. And that's something that's going to be cool. I was thinking though about putting it on the Patreon, just based on the topics that I want to discuss. You know, I just think I would like, maybe I'll put it on Patreon just for the pen, because there are certain things I want to get back to discussing aspects of MGTOW and the red pill. Certain things that are certain, like life, certain politics, just some things that I just don't want to put on the open World Wide Web. You know. But whatever it is gonna be cool, of course. But I have to find the right person to do it with, and sometimes it takes a while to really find that spark. You know what I'm saying? That person that you can do it. Of course, I'll put clips on YouTube. I'll put clips on YouTube. If I was to put it on Patreon, I'll put clips on YouTube. Maybe not the whole thing, because there might be some cursing involved, because that definitely won't be family friendly. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to get back to aspects of speaking about going your own way. The true aspects, not these people who throw the label up and try to pretend like they are a part of something when they're not. You know? Yeah, definitely sign up to the Patreon, man. Definitely. Not only am I putting ad-free content that I know some of you people like, but it's also content I'm not putting on YouTube. But that's the difference. But there's just certain things that, like, why not? There's somebody I'm going to try to get interviewed back with me, man. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody that's here, though. Urban Wolf, Sauce. I may speak on some politics, but it won't be on YouTube. I just can't deal with these people. These people, let me tell y'all something about these sheep, and that's why I have in the thumbnail, you see Charlemagne the God, Angela Rye, and Boyce Watkins. Gatekeepers, right? These are the type of people who are telling your women what they want to hear, which is why these women tend to believe that they can do no wrong in their life, and why they think that they can act any type of way, and that they will always be an out. There will always be something good coming from them, even though, what's good, Liana? I don't know. People are weird, man. People are weird. What's good, Janella? Shout out to Trevon. Y'all know, I mean, Kwame's mentioned me a few times. Kwame's mentioned me a few times. But see, I'm not like some of these other people that, you know, they don't get a shout out. These motherfuckers is mad. I don't look for a shout out. And shout out to Kwame. I don't look for a shout out. I don't look for a pat on the back. I genuinely, if I like what a person is doing, I may, if I can, shout it out, or I may go and support them directly. I probably am going to do more of that. I want to do more of showing support for some people that I find interesting, that have talent. You know? Going to their channels more, being more active. I want to do that. People that I think have a very bright future. Right? But let me talk about Boyce Watkins, man. This is gonna be a freestyle stream. But I am gonna speak on the people in the thumbnail. Y'all know I made a video about Boyce Watkins, right? Boyce Watkins is definitely a gatekeeper, and he has been for years. Him and other people, because they've been in mainstream media. But I feel like it's always a situation where they feel like they're the only people that black people should listen to and take advice from. Even though there's been some shady things going on with them here and there. Yeah. Miss Peoples, I'm going to get to the jealousy and envy. Make sure y'all like the stream. There's a lot of jealousy and envy going on, I see, in regards to certain people on YouTube. And I just have to shake my head. But that's how it is. That's why I encourage people to support whoever you want to support. Don't let people's bitterness and people's enviousness of other people get in the way, because that's just how it's gonna be. And let me get to the gatekeeping real quick with Boyce Watkins. Boyce Watkins is a y'all need to listen to me guy, okay? And the people he does work with are people who are not necessarily a part of YouTube, you know? They're usually people who, you know, the Damon Dash, I believe he did some things with Ice Cube. But in regards to what he does, he's a financial guy, but he loves to give dating advice. I'm sorry, I can't take dating advice from a guy that was friend zoned for 20 years and was finally able to marry a woman who clearly did not have any other options. Trust me, when a woman runs out of options, she's open to anything. Okay? Anything. And let me take y'all, let me speak about when I first heard of Boyce Watkins. I think it was right around the time I started making content years ago. His platform was filled with women. And it was about elevating the woman. It was about, let's give these black women a platform so they can go out and speak. He even had his own daughter on there. That's when I knew this guy I could never look towards this guy for as far as advice for me as a man, as far as relationships are concerned. Maybe financial, but I don't really take financial advice seriously from some people, especially on this platform. I just don't. I look, right? I'll check it out. But the best financial advice is to save and not spend. Okay? Don't buy BS you don't need. Okay? Focus on the future. But I know it goes deeper than that for some people, but it's you know, it's not as complicated as y'all want to believe. Because a lot of people are lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to save. They don't want to sacrifice. That's why they'll never be successful. But he's a guy who's been on here for a long time, and he has a name. He was part of mainstream media. Have he said some things that I agree with? Yeah, he said some things I've agreed with. He doesn't strike me as a leftist. He's not one of these left-leaning weirdos that you see on social media. There's a lot of leftist, left-leaning weirdos on social media. A lot of people that I would never want to listen to, get advice from, because these people are clearly insane. Boyce does not strike me as a super political, bought off slave like some of these other people are. But there's also things that I can very much so disagree with. Robert, we holding them accountable now, and I think it's only gonna grow. People wonder why I pushed Kwame Brown's videos like I have. It is because it is about pushing back against these gatekeepers. And this is something that I've wanted for a long time. I've wanted pushback against these weirdos who think they represent us. And I think it's about time that something is done about it. But some of these people are so weak and cowardly, they would rather fight each other instead of fighting the people that are standing at the gate telling you can't get through the gate of success. And then they push this narrative about white supremacy. You people are sick. You people are sick. You're moronic. You're losers. You're failing at every aspect of your life because you choose to be a victim. Unfortunately, Boyce Watkins, I believe in some aspects of things he says, believes that in a system. The only system I believe in is the system of being able to make money and be successful and take care of myself. There's a system of being lazy, and there's a system of wanting to be successful. And it's funny how the people that are successful, the gatekeepers, tell y'all that you can't be successful like them because of oppression. No, they don't want you to get to where they are because they know you're more talented than them. You're more talented than them. You're more skilled than them. They don't want you to believe in yourself. Too many of you, especially you black males, you don't believe in yourself. That's why these women are running laps around you. These panderers need to be held accountable, and they need to be pushed out of the way. No more trying to keep others down. While you continue to lie to us and say that, well, the system is oppressing you, but we're making backroom deals with the oppressors. That doesn't work for me. That don't work for me. That's not enough. I want more. There's a reason why you got so many broke, illiterate black males walking around here not being successful at all. You know why? Because they believe in the programming that you can't be successful because the system is oppressing you. A lot of you black males have ruined your life trying to be what you think others think you should be by taking the easy way out. Doing illegal things, okay? Having kids from high school to your early to mid 20s, you having all these children, not understanding that it's going to catch up with you eventually. Those same women that let you run game on them are going to end up turning on you and forcing you to be accountable for the mistakes that you made, and that's having children out of wedlock. These guys believe they're victims, and the only way they can prove their manhood is by going out here and sleeping with women that they don't even want like that. But it's a way to prove their manhood. They ain't got nothing else going on. They ain't working. They got all this time on their hands. And because the women, Western women, are so screwed up, these are the guys they get with. these Western women don't understand. Again, make sure y'all like the stream. Share the stream. These women don't understand that just because you may be attracted to a guy doesn't mean that you need to have unprotected relations with them. Doesn't mean that you need to be getting into a situation that you know that you're not prepared for. You know how many women are out here having children with men who have other children with other women that they don't take care of? They have a reputation, but because those guys are so programmed and they've been ruined since childhood because their mother wasn't prepared to be a mother, didn't choose the right man to be his father, he's so ruined, he goes and gets with a woman and creates more ruined children. Those people believe in the victimhood narrative. You people better wake up, because you're jogging off of a cliff very fast. And I see that y'all make excuses. Why are y'all making excuses? No system did that to you. No system did that to you. Now, when I talk about these panderers, it's men who understand the dynamic of where the melanated community is. The melanated community is in a state of disorder. It's upside down. Instead of you speaking directly to the men, you speak to the women. Even if a man is successful, they always try to figure out, where's the woman in his life? We want to speak to that woman. I've seen a story of a woman who bought a gas station. She was the first black woman to buy a gas station. And she ended up a year later getting busted for, I believe, distributing narcotics or something like that. And her boyfriend had a history, I believe, of being in the streets and dabbling in those things. And I'm saying to myself, if they're looking through the bank records and they're seeing all this money coming in, they don't know where it's coming from. How do they still allow this woman, who before then barely had any money coming in, to be able to get this gas station? Like, how was she able to do it if y'all don't even know where the money coming from? Is it because she's a black woman who can present herself well? That's because these, they're not a threat. Black women aren't a threat. These women could be out here, running drug operations and still able to go and buy gas stations and get bank loans, man. That's how less they think of them as a threat. So when these women brag about their success, no, you're given the opportunity that you have, because again, you're not a threat to nobody. And yes, there are insecure white males out there. I've seen it in their eyes, right? When one of these white males know that you're not one of these, buck dancing, as we used to say, skinning and grinning, goofy males, they feel intimidated. So they will deal with black women all day because they understand the mindset more than they do a black man. Black man who has this shit together, who's not going to be afraid. He's not going to be intimidated. He's going to understand what's going on. He's not a mental midget, right? That's why it's easy for them to deal with them and give them opportunities, even though if you dig deep, you'll realize this person doesn't deserve those opportunities, right? But even with me saying that, I don't believe it's a system. I just believe that they're comfortable giving black women opportunities because they ain't a threat to nobody. Black men just don't have a track record, especially over the last, 30, 40 years, of being able to be success outside of entertainment in the minds of your average everyday people in corporate America. And that's because of the propaganda and the stereotypes and how we treat each other. Man. We treat each other like dirt, man. I mean, look at YouTube, man. Look how we viciously attack each other. Well, I don't. But look how black people will viciously attack other black people. And sometimes out of for no reason. Look at what's going on with Kwame Brown. There should be no reason. Listen, if you want to criticize Kwame for something that he said, right? Or something that he did that you thought was egregious, I ain't got no problem with that. But you got people that supported him and now they're attacking him. That makes no sense to me. It's because you're trying to get viewership off that. That is weak. If you're trying to get viewership off of attacking somebody that you supported, you're a lame. You have no talent. You should stop trying to do YouTube. You're not cut out for it. Even though I do talk about public figures, I've talked about topics in the news, I usually don't stay on that. I go from this to this to this, whatever my interests are. But the thing is, I've never interacted with those people. I never cited any support of those people. So therefore, when I speak on them, it's from a objective criticism. And I don't linger and I don't go on video marathons because it's really not worth it. But when I see these people go on these marathons, it just shows me you have nothing to offer. Why are you here? You see, I can talk about anything. There are topics I just choose to speak on more than others because I like speaking on entertaining things. I don't like speaking on politics because politics can be very heavy. Politics can be very heavy. It can. Even the little bit that I spoke about it, I felt the heaviness of speaking on politics. It's rough. It really is. You have to be built for that. You have to be built to be able to speak on those things. Right? I would rather speak on things that a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more on the entertainment aspect of it, because I'm an energy guy. And me being an energy guy, certain topics are just going to sap your energy to the point to where you don't even want to talk about certain things anymore. And I don't want to be in that situation. Some people are built for speaking about politics because they understand it affects them. You know, what goes on in these communities, what goes on in these schools with these children, what they're being taught, what the future is going to look like. That kind of shit is heavy. Nobody wants to think about what this country and the world is going to look like in 30 years. And I want y'all to understand that criticism is okay. I'm okay with criticism. But don't make it personal. And don't make it into I just want people to watch me, so I got to talk about this person negatively. Listen, that never works long term. You know, you put yourself in a box you can't get out of. Right? You put yourself in a box you can't get out of. Some people like that. Some people like being put in a box they can't get out of. Now, let me speak on Charlemagne. Real quick. Charlemagne is a guy who has made a lot of connections over the years, primarily with female activists. Okay? Female activists. I'm trying to figure out why this super chat ain't hitting and this cash app ain't hitting. Let me check my phone. Am I missing something? Do I have to pause the show real fast? Make sure y'all like the stream too. Because I'm just winging it, you know, on this Sunday. But let me get to Charlemagne. Charlemagne has made a lot of connections over the years with female activists. Angela Rye, Tamika Mallory, and a few others, right? And that has been by design because of the situation that happened years ago with a young lady, and it still follows Charlemagne. It's always going to follow Charlemagne, and it's going to follow him because he's done nothing to really try to resolve the situation. He even was one of the people that actually brought it up, right? We always got one effeminate loser that wants you to hurry up, get to the point. I get to the point when I feel like it, sir or ma'am, whoever you are in your fields. There's always somebody in their fields, man. You don't like it? I'm going on Charlemagne. Boyce Watkins, are you a stan or a fan? You people are complete and utter failures. But anyway, he's made those connections with many female activists because I think he knew that someday this would blow up.
If stand for nothing, you fall for anything.
Appreciate that, Jay Harper. Appreciate that. Absolutely. There's a reason why, and I haven't heard anybody point that out. I haven't heard anybody really point out the fact that Charlemagne the God has made a lot of friends out of these black female activists. And there is a reason why he did it. Charlemagne is the type of guy that he's not dumb at all. You know, Charlemagne is not a dumb guy. I think when he does things, I think he does it for a purpose. And his purpose is to really try to, I won't say block, but he doesn't want to get the feminists on his case. He doesn't want to get the feminists on his case. So you have to befriend the women who can keep those feminists off his case to where he doesn't get caught up in any type of situation where Jessica Reed is able to interview or there's some documentary made and it goes viral. I mean viral. Because with those women on his side, they can calm the feminists. Because y'all know these feminists are bought and paid for as well. Just like BLM. BLM is bought and paid for. They've been bought and paid for years. But these female activists are bought and paid for too. There's a reason why they bring Angela Rye and these other women on CNN. Because again, they are black faces. Somewhat. And Charlemagne, he's not dumb. He was able to make that connection in order to sort of keep it from getting out of control, to calming those groups down. That's why these women can get on here and they can rant and rave about somebody saying the B word or, you know, somebody being misogynistic and saying this about women. But here you got a guy that was accused of some crazy, weird things. And he still gets a pass. How is that? How is that? It's because he's got these people in his back pocket. And he's a gatekeeper as well, being on the Breakfast Club, because I'm pretty sure he has input on the people that they invite on the show. These black male gatekeepers are clowns. these black male gatekeepers are there to make sure that they only only endorse and promote the people who have the same agendas as they do. They're just a lot more subtle about it. It's not like, CNN, where they will have people who claim to be conservatives, but they're nothing more than just, Democrats and no, they're like conservatives in name only, right? They're Republicans in name only. It's the same thing when you have these people who, he gonna get at Charlemagne, this person it's it ends up being all jokes because these people don't have any issue with each other, Now, Charlemagne's the type of guy, he's known for being creepy. He's been the creeper since the start of Breakfast Club years ago. He was always known as the guy to be super into the women that came on the show, especially if they were attractive. And those women had to sit there, sometimes it looked like uncomfortably, next to him. And there were women who sort of, gave him the same energy, like they would, they would kind of be flirtatious back towards him. I think he's kind of cooled off on that, but Charlemagne years ago was worse than he is now. He's had to calm down now because the Breakfast Club in the first couple of years was still trying to find their footing. They were in competition with Hot 97. So he was a lot more extra then, but now because he's made his money and he's become a bigger name, he's kind of calmed that down. So to me, a lot of these feminists, a lot of these black social justice warriors, all these women's groups, they're bought off. None of these people care about what happened with that young lady. They only care about protecting Charlemagne because of the connections that he has made. And that definitely needs to be addressed.
He treated Simone Sanders like she discovered water. It was cringing grimace.
Appreciate that, Steven 803. Even though Simone is very masculine and probably don't even like Charlemagne just based on him being black and male, that's what these guys do. That's why we need to get rid of these gatekeeping panderers. These people do no good for us at all. These people are weird. These people are deprived and depraved, and they have a whole lot of dirt. But I think that's just where we're at. They're elevating women as if they're leaders, as if they're the backbone, but these women have abandoned that post as the backbone of the community years ago. And what's funny to me is that you have these man-hating feminists pretending like they cared about a melanated man that lost his life. No, you don't. Look at Patrice Colliers. I've been going in on Patrice Colliers on my Basic Social Politics channel. I just made a video about her recently putting a gate up around her house because she don't want y'all nowhere near her, around her $1 million home. These people are about the money. They don't care about the community. The only time you will see them anywhere near a black community is if money is to be made and cameras are there. But other than that, they want nothing to do with you. But guys like Charlemagne and some of these other guys will protect that image of these women are trying to lead us to greatness. They can't even lead themselves to greatness. And the pandering needs to stop. And that's why this narrative needs to be pushed back on. because these people are no good to us at all. The gatekeeping panderers need to be destroyed. And no one should be listening to these people, because these people are weirdos. They are leftists who don't care about anybody but themselves and how to line their own pockets. So when you see people like Charlemagne and the people that support him, right? Because some of them are coming into the chat room, they're hurt. You know, they are the type of people who believe anything they're told because they are unintelligent. They don't know how to probably read or write beyond a 5th or 6th grade level. They've never been able to take care of themselves. So they look upon these people to do the thinking for them. That's why a lot of you will never be successful. And stop blaming the white man. The white man is not just like those swirlers tell you males that the white man ain't to be blamed for your situation. I'm telling you that they're not to be blamed for your situation. But y'all want to listen to these people like Angela Rye and some of these other people who cry crocodile tears. They're telling you what you want to hear, but they're not really helping you do anything. It's almost like they're helping in your delusion. They're helping you in your delusion. A lot of you people who listen to these types of people, like Chris Rock. I made a video about Chris Rock, right? He's another gatekeeping panderer. And I have a secondary video coming about Chris Rock, because I have some people in their feelings because I criticized Chris Rock. I mean, Chris Rock bragged in an interview about firing men who did not show enough respect to women and listen to women. And then you got people mad because of how I titled the video. I thought the title was perfect, was spot on. He did expose himself as a simp. I would never in my life fire somebody because they weren't listening to a capable person. If a person is doing their job and they're capable, why wouldn't I listen to them, whether they be male or female? That doesn't make any sense to me. It sounds like he was either lying and trying to boost up the fact that he's a male feminist that believes that if you don't respect a woman wholeheartedly, instead of trying to question her decisions, then something's wrong with you. Something is wrong with these Holly weirdos. These Holly weirdos have such a hold over people like y'all who sit up here, and as soon as your favorite celebrity who you think is this leader of your people, every time they criticize, here you go. But you see, I'm criticizing the dumb shit that they're saying. I don't have anything personal against them. But I just want y'all to know there's a lot of gatekeepers out here. The gatekeeping is real. The gatekeeping is definitely real. And a lot of people don't want to believe that. These Holly weirdos are so desperate to keep getting that bag that they are willing to throw other men under the bus. That's sad. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Like the stream, man. Let's see. I'm going to take a few phone calls. Try not to linger on the line too long. I don't want to have to hang up on anybody. Any man who brags about firing people because, especially men, because they're not listening, quote unquote, to women, even though I don't believe that. I don't believe men would just blatantly disrespect a woman for no possible reason. I don't think that happens. I think what's going on is that there's a culture to try to elevate women to positions where they shouldn't be. a lot of women aren't built to be leaders. They're not. They're not built to be in leadership roles. There's nothing wrong with that. They're just not built for it. But putting women in a position of power just for the sake of position of power is what ruins your business. And we have seen it time and time again. It's going to cause dissension in the workplace, and it's also the productivity is going to take a nosedive. I'm not saying in all situations, but in most of these situations, that's what happens. That's why you have a lot of women, no matter how much you male simp and pander, there are a lot of women that I don't say a lot, but there are women that will say that they would prefer to work under a man than work for a woman. Don't believe me? Go ask them. Go ask the majority of women who they'd rather work for. You got female only gyms, but a lot of women would rather go to a regular gym than a female only gym. You know why? Because one, they don't want to be around a bunch of women, and two, they want to be where the men at. Why do you think on YouTube you have women who will go and watch chat rooms and comment sections full of men, and they will still want to be a part of that because they want to be where the men at. They don't want to be a part of your male bashing cliques that they have on YouTube, a bunch of disgruntled baby mamas, a bunch of ex-fence hopping swirlers who can't get no Brad or Chad. They don't want to be a part of that. Now, I will say this, though. The other day, I was driving past this female-only gym, right? And there was this, I don't know, I just happened to look over. I think I was making a turn, and where I was, the female-only gym was like right there. As soon as I made that turn, I looked, and there was this chick going into this female-only gym. I swear, bro. I don't know if it was the leggings, but she had on some light colored leggings, and man, the assets. I had to do a double take, and I'm in the middle of I'm driving like, if that wasn't a female only gym, I probably would have. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, it's a situation where women are being put in situations they shouldn't be in because of these pandering losers. Okay? These guys who make a living off of trying to elevate the feminine, and they end up making themselves look bad because these women don't really respect it. The women don't really respect it. They don't. Most women don't want to work for women because women can be very emotional and catty. They can. That wasn't no transformer. that wasn't no transformer. You know what I'm saying? I think I was in a good mood that day. But yeah, most women would definitely not want to be up under no bunch of women like that. Women, the women's only gyms just have cardio equipment to weights, no weights to lift. Okay. So I wonder why they go if it's just cardio. Most females always competing with other females. Oh yeah, it is a competition thing. Like, I told y'all about this video I saw on WorldStar, right? I saw this video on WorldStar, and this guy that works in this gym, he talked about how there's two different locker rooms, right? the male and female locker room, and he talked about how the women, their locker room is right when you walk in, and they have treadmills there. Instead of those women getting on those treadmills, they walk all the way down to the other end, and they get on the treadmills that is right in front of the male locker room, instead of going to where they're at, which shows you that a lot of those women want to be in the gym to be seen. You know? A lot of those women want to be seen by the men in the gym. Because why would you, instead of you getting on the treadmills in front of your locker room, you go all the way down to the other end and hop on the treadmills that's right in front of the male locker room? But as soon as one of those guys walk up to you claiming you're being harassed, you know? So, again, everybody want to call in. Just to say they go to the gym. Look at this. Look at the coon. Look at the coon. Look at this coon. Hey, coon, we can't see your comment. It's in review, but let me tell you something. If I'm lame, then why are you here? And why are you here? Bro, there's plenty of women watching. Don't you look at the chat room? There are plenty of women that are here, and then there are plenty of women that follow me on my other platforms who I'm sure fancy me. They like the content. You know, it's funny. I'm telling you, I when I speak about Panderers, it always brings out the simps. The simps always want to come to the rescue, and they want to get into some fisticuffs because you done hurt their feelings. Bruh, I've been speaking about women like this for 7 years, and I don't see a decrease in women listening to me. You know why? Because women like to hear this. Women don't want you telling them what they want to hear, you lame, idiot, loser, clown, coon. I'm going to start calling you males come my chat room coons when y'all come at me about how I speak about these women. I speak about these women the way that I want to. And I've been doing it for 7 years. And I ain't going to stop. I'm going to talk about these efforts the way that I want to talk about them. What you going to do about it? What you going to do about it? What you going to do about it? If I cared about whether I got sex from women by how I spoke about them, then maybe I have to rethink it. But then again, I don't care. I'm not pressed at all, but you're pressed. But yeah, I like talking about these heifers the way that I do, man. I just do. You don't. I think you're hurt. I think you feel some type of way, but they don't. You know, women love me. Women have always loved me. I don't think it's been a situation where I've had women just hate me. I've never been hated by women. Shout out to Sir Vicente. I don't think I've ever been hated by women ever. I don't think I've ever been hated by women ever. I'm pretty sure you have. Yo, what's going on?
Man, Jay, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. What's going on?
Man, first I want to tell you, man, I actually watched your first video 7 years ago by accident when you first started making videos, man, when I was in college.
Wow.
And I've been along for the ride. I want to tell you, man, your growth's been amazing, man. Your growth's been amazing, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Speaking of course, man, you make great content, but as far as these Panderers go, man, I mean, I know specifically talking about Charlemagne, but this damn boy's walking situation, man, it's like, and I commented on your last video, and the thing that kind of scares me so much, dog, is like dudes like boys, the reason why they typically struggle with women for so long, man, it's like, they're the type of dudes, they'll accept the fact, like they'll accept taking shit from a woman. Excuse me for cursing. They'll accept taking mess from women for a long time, right? Instead of just improving themselves, instead of just accepting the fact this type of woman is not their type. They're not going to see them as a first option as far as dating. And instead of just moving on and being an adult, they'll sit there and marry somebody's bust down after 20 years of being in the freezer. And I don't understand why he doesn't. And the thing is, he's getting on other men about not being. And there's nothing wrong being a stepfather, but there's something wrong being a stepfather to somebody who's a repeat baby mama. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
and they want to push this different narrative of it's nothing wrong with saving these women from themselves. When they're ready for you. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
Stay on your purpose, Jay.
But on the same side, there's a whole movement of women on social media and YouTube saying we don't date single fathers.
Right.
Single fathers, I'm not obligated to take care of your children. And it's just like, for God's sake, how do you it's the hypocrisy is on an all-time high. But I'm gonna leave you with this, man. I think what your content is gonna do, for the dudes who are panders and the dudes who are simps, it's not going to last very long, bro. They're going to get their hearts broke. They're going to get played because they're easy prey for these type of women. They're easy prey because all they need is for a woman to sweet talk them, and they're giving up money, they're giving up resources, they're giving up time. And eventually they're going to be the dudes who are in your DMs asking you for advice about women, calling you, asking you, Jay, what do I do? These women are treating me right. Or what do I do? So, to the haters, effing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Facts.
But again, yeah, man, but appreciate it, man. Your growth has been amazing. I was 18 years old. I'm 25 now. And I watched the video by accident. I was 18 years old. I was 18 years old when I watched your first video, bro. And I'm not going to lie. Your growth, I remember that first video you made about, I think it was the direction modern women were going in. And like I said, I've always been somebody who's been a successful woman, but the thing is, I know the kind of mess is going on out there. You feel me? But it's like, your videos have helped me grow, man. I'm not going to lie to you.
Wow. Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's a time period. 'Cause I was just thinking about that when I first started. I mean, man, it don't even seem like it's been that long.
Yeah, man. But to a new great year of even better content, man. God bless you, and thank you for letting me call in.
No problem, man. Thanks for the call. I appreciate the support. All right.
You too, man. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Shout out to him, man. Dude was 18 when he started watching my videos. 18. 2014 is when I started, man. Rough around the edges, man. Didn't know a thing about content making, but I wanted to make content, man. But yeah, man, wow. Just imagine there are people just starting out life when they listen to me. They may have been in high school when they listen to me, But yeah, man, shout out to y'all. But yeah, man, listen, to all the men listening, talk to women the way you want to talk to them. Doesn't mean you have to be disrespectful to women, but, just be yourself. Don't be like these males who lie to these women and tell them what they want to hear. Don't be those guys. Do not be those guys. Those guys are not getting anywhere in life. They're not getting into the kingdom of heaven with all their lies and their hate, their deceit. Trust me, women will respect you more when you are yourself. And as far as like me and speaking on certain things in regards to women, I've been doing this for 7 years. If women didn't like what I was saying and how I was saying it, they would have stopped listening to me a long time ago. But that just shows you that they like listening to me. Maybe not even the content. They just like me as a person. I'm a likable person. Yo, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Jay? This is Robert. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Robert. What's going on?
I guess one thing I just want to kind of point out an observation. It has something to do with the topic, but also has to do with like a lot of other stuff that goes on in our society. One thing I've noticed is if you look at the media, our media is ran primarily by women and gays.
Yeah.
And so, like, when you start seeing a lot of these narratives that are being pushed out there, I mean, it really comes from a lot of the women that run the media, and they're the ones that tell us what to think, how we should behave, how we should comport ourselves. I was just talking to my girlfriend about this and said, it's funny, you have gay men telling women how to put on makeup.
Oh yeah.
Which makes no sense. That's like a woman telling me how to put on a suit.
Yep.
The
main makeup artists are these males. These males, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense. But one thing I've always said is this has been going on long before social media, because I grew up in the MTV generation when MTV was huge. MTV was everything. And again, if you look at the vast majority of people who were running MTV, it was women, and it was gay men. So I mean, what you're going to start. And that's why I had asked you that question earlier when we started the live show. Do you think with like Kwame Brown, yourself, other content creators, do you think it's going to now start to apply pressure on Stephen A. Smith, Charlemagne, and some of these other guys' voice? Do you think now they're going to start to feel that pressure with more of you guys coming out?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why personality matters, and people able to connect with people and speak their minds. I think that's what people want to hear. Authenticity. They're tired of this corporate BS that they see on TV, and these guys that are bought off and they just say what they have to. Like Stephen A. is all of a sudden now he's about blacks getting opportunities and stuff like that. Like he's going above and going, on camera above and beyond to put on a show.
Exactly.
To try to make it seem like he's for that. Yeah.
Exactly. And I guess, and the last thing I'm going to put out there is, when you were talking about accountability, I feel like that's a word that unfortunately many people are allergic to. They really don't want to take accountability.
Right.
And the minute you start using the word accountability, oh, you're cooning, oh, you sell out, oh, Robert, see, this is what I'm talking about, you don't want to be black, oh, see, you cooning to your Spanish masters, oh, my goodness, you don't want to be black, but you black just like us, and it's just like, okay, but I'm trying to get y'all to understand that, what I'm trying to tell people is, y'all gotta understand, when people come to America from different countries, especially like countries like Cuba, when they come here and they see like all the opportunities, the last thing they're thinking about is the invisible white man that's supposedly holding you down. They're not even thinking about that. Like, they're like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I get to come here, I get to work and actually earn a livable wage? And you damn right I'm about to do whatever you tell me to do. But it's that here we're so self-entitled and spoiled that we don't want to accept that other people from other countries, they look at us like, man, y'all are some lazy you-know-what.
Right, yep, they sure do. Especially in Africa. They sure do.
Yeah. I tell a lot of people, Africa, these pro-black people, there's so much all this, Pan-African, we got to go back to Africa. But the main people that hate African-American people are Africans. Every time I go out, they're always talking about, the African-Americans, blacks are lazy, and they're just calling them names and stuff. I'm like, so the people that y'all are trying to get us to connect to don't even like you.
Yeah.
So, but thanks for taking my call, man, and keep up the good work.
All right, thanks, Robert. Appreciate the call, man.
All
right, shout out to Robert with the call, man. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. What's up?
First, thanks for having me. My name is Mark. I'm 25. I think I've been watching you for like 3 years.
Okay.
Ever since you started making like red pill. I think the first video I saw was, I think it was talking about the game and how more men need to be like pimping instead of simping. And once I started watching that content, I kind of got hooked. And I just want to say thank you. You've been preaching a lot of facts. And before I get into anything else, I'm going to make it brief because I know you probably got a few other callers. But
okay.
First thing I want to say is, as far as handling, that I think a lot of brothers just don't need to pay too much attention to it. Like, for instance, like the previous call was talking about Boys Watkins. Like, if you see a lot of people trying to push that narrative, don't even pay no attention. Because I don't mind. I have no issue with people being stepfathers. But it's the thing of, I'm not the stepfather, I'm the father that stepped up. This narrative of trying to promote men to become stepfathers. Why? just because a woman is nice, just because she, like, what's the true, like, what benefit am I going to get by, you know, having a long-term relationship or dating a woman with kids when I could be using these resources to invest in myself and my future?
Right.
Like, I feel like a lot of men just need to get off social media, because if it's one thing, it can make you think that a lot of women act like this. They really don't. Like, if men got off social media and started approaching and talking to some of these women, I think they'll learn that, like I said, all of these women, some of them don't have that mentality and they don't act that way at all. And I'm pretty sure you know that too.
Yeah. And some women go through days, weeks, and months without being approached, and they feel you just don't really know a person until you talk to them.
And that's the thing. Like, a lot of guys would just see this stuff online, and they basically become black. They're like, oh, I can't stand women. They want to do all this. They want to do all that. I don't know if you familiar with her. There's a YouTuber named Just X. She did this video about this white guy who, that was going to be my second topic. He was basically pandering to black women, and the narrative of his video is, white women expect too much of me, even though my preference is white women. So let me use a black woman to teach white women how to be feminine. Like, if you can find the video, bro, I promise you, like, it's insane. Look it up. I promise you, it's insane.
Wow.
And he's basically just spinning this whole narrative, and I kid you not, he said this verbatim. If I can learn to love a black woman, then that in turn will have hopes of teaching them how to be feminine, or teaching white women how to be feminine with white men. Basically, he's bitter. He copping out towards black women and not towards white women, and he's using black women to basically put on this act of, let's start treating men better and show these white women how to act. Like, it's insane, bro. And these men that see these type of videos and they see these type of tweets, I think they get a little bit too invested. Because, like I said, it's not all women act like that. It's just what we see on social media a lot. Like, there was a girl that was talking about how she needs a man to bring her flowers and go to a low-key restaurant, and like 60,000 views. I mean, you can easily try to see if it's a woman in your city or whatever, and you don't even got to do that much. Y'all could probably have some chill time going to the movies or going someplace special. It's not that prevalent if men started having more confidence and approaching women rather than seeing all these viral tweets on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, etc. Because again, like I said before, not all women act like this. Not all women. And if men just kind of pull back away from that pandering and they, kind of delve out of it, I think they'll be able to see clearer. Like, hey, it ain't all like this. Stop being bitter towards women. Stay on your purpose and, keep to yourself.
Right.
Seriously.
Right. That's a good point, man.
Because if it's one thing, I'm young and I've been through the whole red pill rage thing too, but the difference is I let that go and I started being realistic with myself.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to.
There's a lot of guys.
It's very it should be temporary. It's just a reflective state that you're in, and you usually get out of it, and that's when the healing process and the moving forward begins.
Yeah, I definitely healed from it, but with the way things are progressing now, I think a lot of men need to just start healing and unplug from social media and just unplug from, this whole mentality of you have to do X, Y, and Z just to get the chance to talk to a woman. You feel me? And once they start healing, get more self-confidence, and stop validating women, I think things will get better, which was going to be my second point. I'm going to just keep it short. Have men stay on their purpose and keep to themselves, and try to heal and put themselves in a better mindset.
Right.
Help by doing this, by helping men build themselves up, this will effectively help women. Because hurt people hurt people.
Right.
Somewhere down the line, you got to start healing in order to cut off that chain of poison that's going to, go from one person to one person, one person. Have men heal, like seriously. Stop having brothers get all upset and butthurt because a woman don't want to talk to them. Have them have an abundance mindset and just be like, hey, if you don't want to mess with me, that's cool. Let me just keep it pushing. There's other women out there. Right. And once men start having that mentality, they can leave these women alone and stop harassing them. But there's not that many people out there that kind of touch on that narrative. But that's something I try to tell other brothers.
Yeah, that's good that you're doing that, and I think that's definitely needed. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with some more callers, man. But thank you for calling in. All right.
Go ahead. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, man. Shout out to the caller, man. All right, let me get some more of these callers. In reference to the guy that he spoke about, these Caucasian guys be seeing what y'all be posting. They're not all the way dumb. They see what y'all be posting, man. They know. I want y'all to understand that a lot of you melanated women gotta understand you are the last choice of these guys. I hope you understand that. Yo, you live with Jay the Black. What's going on?
Yo, what up, man? It's Samurai Will.
What's good, Samurai?
Man, chilling. I really want to talk about this because it's something that's been irritating me. The mainstream media. Yeah, man, these people are sellouts, but I gotta say, man, I think it's all really orchestrated because they put these these sellouts in blackface in these positions so they can stop real progress. Like the reason why they don't want us to hold the women accountable is because if the women get right, we won't have all this dysfunction going on because it really does start with them.
Yeah.
And another thing, when it comes to politics, they do it in spurts, but you can, like this past election, you seen if we would have got if they didn't cheat the orange man out of that election, he was offering us loans, business loans. He was offering us a lot of things. Yeah. And they came with the propaganda. They came with the sellouts. And all of that.
Yeah.
And they stopped the progress.
Fooled them.
Like that's why it's so orchestrated. And there are powers that are really working to keep people in the dark. And we have to get these. The reason why it's so important that we got to get these women in check, these BWs in check, because they cause a lot of confusion. They are, man, when it comes to, and I don't like using white supremacy a lot because I feel like it's overused. But
yeah, it is.
Yeah, but it is a thing. But a lot of these sisters are fighting for white supremacy, and you saw it during this past election.
Well, they benefit from it. They benefit from it.
Yeah, Jay, the orange man. I don't want to say his name because they was flagging people's channels for that. So I don't want to get you in trouble. But the orange man, he was offering business loans, stuff like that. That would have benefited us so much. And I want to say one last thing, and then I'm off.
Okay.
And I stay in Houston. We have old black communities. That's an old black community called Sunnyside that's been here for decades. Our city hasn't put no money into this community for decades. It's ran down. They won't even fix the streets.
I've seen pictures of certain districts. I think the one by Sheila Jackson. I think that's her name. I believe that's in Houston. Yeah. They said it looked like a third world country. It looked like that
they
to
won't
me.
Even talk to, and it's huge. It's huge. Imagine if it's a whole black community, everybody owns their homes and stuff like that. Imagine if that community was worked on and built up. Because I talked to people in that community. They said money was coming through there. It just wasn't coming back. But they don't want us to have our own community because then we wouldn't need them for nothing. Right. But what happens when they're raising the taxes, it's getting gentrified, and when they start kicking people out because they might be behind on their taxes, next thing you know, those people gonna be thrown out to the economy that they're not prepared for. They can't pay rent, this high rent, the way things are getting more expensive.
Right.
But they're not gonna talk about that because that's not what they're paid to talk about. Keep going at these people next, cause it's all orchestrated. But keep going at their next, Jay, man. I'm supporting 100%.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that, Samurai. All right.
No problem.
Shout out to Samurai Will with the call in. Man, I saw a picture of the district that she runs, Sheila Jackson Lee. It looked like a third world country. These are the people that y'all vote in. I'm talking about the people in that district. That's what happens with programming and putting people in positions of power that don't care about your community. They don't care if it's run down. They don't care. These are the type of people that we need to get out of our way. Yo, what's going on?
Hey, man. This is Bandit. Yeah, man. Like, I've been following this stuff with the Kwame Brown and all stuff, and I think one thing that started to realize a lot of the so-called goons that everyone's talking about is the ones that's pumping their fists.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's usually the ones that I've been noticing that. I mean, I was doing this Facebook group. We talk about African culture and stuff, and like be honest, we run into a lot of these guys. And that's the sad part about it, because once I start noticing it, when they start coming in, like say you have a male group or something like this, and they start having like liberal talking points, but there's like, well, why aren't all the women in here? Why aren't all the men in here? Why aren't where are the gays at? Where are all these other people at? And they did try to change the purpose that you and that group of people have and try to change it into something else, you know? And I think something I've definitely noticed, and I opened my eyes up to. So, I mean, well, I've been noticed it. I'm just glad there was a voice on it, though.
Yeah, I think that's good that more people are waking up, and they're seeing what's going on in our society. I think now or never, you know. I think it's now or never.
And the thing is, you can't blame the white man on everything. Like when I started asking questions and shit. Like, yeah, I'm like into African culture and stuff. I like looking into this stuff. But when there was sometimes I would look into all that, and I'd always have to ask myself the questions like, we blaming all this white man for all these things in history that they've done to us and all this stuff. But what were the guys doing there? Like, what were those Africans doing there? Like, how can we honor our ancestors when we're not going to hold them accountable for the things they've done to keep that stuff going?
Well, we're not honoring them now because, you know, obviously.
I mean, yeah, you have the right to honor them. You can't honor them, but I feel like that we got to learn from that, like, learn from the mistakes they made. I don't think we are, you know?
No, we're not, and it's a shame that we're not, because we don't want history to repeat itself. We don't want to go backwards. You know, we want to move forwards.
Yeah.
Some people won't
be.
I think one thing. Yeah, go ahead.
No, yeah, my bad. I almost forgot what I was going to say. But like I said, I feel that, like, when they talk about being a man and stuff, it does start with yourself. I mean, you're worried about why women aren't approaching us. But once you start investing into yourself and really doing stuff and getting stuff done, then women will start approaching you. And I noticed that. I kind of had a self-reflection and know that I thought I used to have a bad depression. So when I looked at that and looked back at it and see that, hey, you getting big, muscles, doing all the stuff I like doing, showing your talent, what you have to offer, people look at that. People who have that type of insight will come and look at that. And I think what the media is trying to do is just trying to displace people from that. So I'm not too big on basketball and all that, but But like when me doing my own stuff, like I just feel, yeah, women are gonna approach you regardless. I mean, for what you're interested in. I mean, like, me and my wife, I'm like, I just recently got married,
Okay. Shout out to you.
and me and my wife, me and my wife are polar opposites of each other,
Mm.
but we attract each other. You know what I mean? Like, we know how to have a good conversation,
Okay.
and like this facade thing. I'm gonna wrap it up. Like, it's like this thing that media promotes is men have to, like, especially us black men, that we have to be these gangbangers and all this stuff. Gangbangers, basketball athletes, and have all these fast money and cars. So you don't really need that.
No, you don't. I think that's the. I
You
think
don't
that
need
was. I think that's like very 10, 15 years ago ish. Very 10 years ago. Because I think most women now realize that there are guys that are gonna be what they are. You're gonna have to accept who they are. I mean, look how these males dress these days. I mean, come on. You know, even the most.
I know people who. I know people who got houses that they make like $60,000 a year. They don't make that much. They got houses, cars, and all this other shit, and they're living comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it don't matter how much money you make. If you're living comfortably, well, you can set your goals or make space to do better.
Yeah, if you comfortable in whatever you're doing, you're managing your money well. You know, you could live good. You know.
Yeah, so that's all it is. It's not really about money and all that, gangbanging and all that shit. They kind of put, because I notice when people start dropping real facts and stuff like Kwame, he's either, like he said, he's either crazy or he's gay.
Yeah, those are people that's they probably got daddy issues. So whenever they see a male speaking the way they would never speak, they gotta diminish that some type of way. So they will come up with things because they have issues. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, again, they don't know how to deal with other men themselves. You know, they probably can't even look another man in his eyes. Right? I've seen that too. A lot of guys can't even look another man in his eyes. Right?
Yeah, that's true. You guys are just, as a man, you just gotta have to learn and adapt. So, It is what it is. But I just wanted to come up here and say that because I really appreciate the stuff you're doing. I've watched you for a couple years now, and I've seen you grow like from where you at to where you is now.
Okay.
It's like I had to get out of my depressed like, well, he doing something, and I'm not doing. I ain't, I can't do that no more. So I got kids and stuff. I got people who look up to me. I'm married.
Right. Right. Yeah, you got a lot going on, man. Yeah, man. We'll keep it going, man.
Have a nice day.
You too, man. Thanks for the call. All right.
All right.
All right, peace. Out there, man. There's a lot going on. All right. Shout out to everybody that's here on this Sunday afternoon, man. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed the live stream. This is gonna be in a series. This is not gonna be it's not gonna be the last time I really address these Panderers. I mean, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. There's a lot I need to say, and there's a lot I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna do it in my own way. I'll do it in my own way. Like the stream, man. I give no props to the next man, but you're on their necks on this one. Darn, they're gonna come for you. I mean, they could come for me. I don't give a shit. Come for me about what? You gonna come for me about what? By speaking the truth? Calling out your gatekeepers? I don't respect gatekeepers. I really don't. To me, gatekeepers need smoke. They need as much smoke as possible. Because they're the type of people who do nothing for nobody but themselves. Thanks, Janella. Make sure y'all like the stream. Like, why can't I call these people out? They're gonna come for you. Who cares? They've been coming for me since I got on YouTube. They've been coming for me. Okay. Yo, what's up?
Yo, this is JD Miles.
What's good, JD?
All right. First off, shout out to everybody in the chat room.
All right.
Now check this out. In all our honesty, Boyce the Cuck Watkins, he needs to stick with the financial advice of the business of the aspect, and stop trying to act like he's a love doctor.
Right.
Because it's not working out for him. Let me just be honest. Stick to talking about the stock market and the financial side of business.
Right. I think he's good at that. Stay to that.
Yeah. I mean, he was doing good with that, but then he wants to try to convince all men that, oh, you need to tell with single mothers and all this type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, really? First off, a man is going to be with whoever he's going to be with.
Right.
It's not going. If a man ain't going to settle for a female who has children, that's his decision. Just like a female with no kids is not going to settle with a man who has kids, and rightfully so. I don't hold that against them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But his worst decision was going after Kwame Brown. And keep this in mind.
Mm-hmm.
He inserted himself in that situation between a beef Kwame Brown had, but not just Stephen A. Smith, but Charlamagne the God as well. And this is the reason why he's catching flack.
Yeah.
I mean, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's doing too much. Now, as for the Kwame Brown situation, first off, they can't blame Kwame Brown for being who he is because, after all, you keep poking this, as my uncle used to say, back home in Louisiana. You keep poking a water moccasin with a stick. Eventually, he is bound to strike.
Mm-hmm.
And when he strikes, you can't blame that snake.
Moist Boonky Twatkins.
And that's true because look how much hell Kwame Brown been through ever since his basketball career.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's gotten a lot. That's why I say he got thick skin, man. The guy can handle it. You know.
Yep. And now that they pushed him to that point to where now he's calling out everybody. Now everybody's in their feelings over the fact. I'm like, first off, they should have left that man alone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you expect? What's going to happen?
Well, nothing.
Of course, you got these.
They probably thought nothing would happen. Yeah.
Then of course you got all these clowns mad at Kwame Brown for going at these dudes. I'm like, and to be honest, Jay, I call them go along, get along coons.
That's a good name too. It's a good one.
Because why are y'all mad at a man who had enough of the BS?
Mm-hmm.
Why? And keep in mind, he wasn't bothering nobody until everybody started bothering him.
Yeah, he was an easy target. You know, when you're an easy target, people are gonna go at you, or they think is an easy target. You know, that's why when people say, "Well, he should stop talking or move on," I mean, how you gonna tell that guy that when he's been quiet for over 20 years and now he's talking? But because y'all don't like that his platform has grown and he's going at some of your favorite celebrities, now you want him to just stop and cease and, you know, stop it and go away, you know.
Exactly. And keep in mind, he was quiet until they started bringing him up again. So no, you can't. So no, it's not Kwame Brown they should be mad at. They should be mad about, but the clowns that were sitting there talking about him that got him started, they need to put that issue on them.
Mm-hmm. That's what it should be.
Now, I mean, straight up.
Yeah.
Whew, man. This is a good subject of the night that you're talking about, man. But I had to get that off my chest, man.
All right, JD. Well, I appreciate you calling in, though. All right.
All right.
All right, man. Shout out to JD Miles with the call in. Appreciate that, man. All right. Shout out to JD. Yeah, that's it for the calls, man. Salute to y'all for tuning in tonight. I see you, Dave. What's up? Shout out to the chat room. Everybody that's here. I wanted to speak on this. Oh, jeez.
Willie D is smashing now.
Well, you know, his wife looked very cozy. Boyce Watkins' wife did look very cozy next to Willie D. But, I mean, you know. I guess it's just a wedding thing. I don't know. I guess at weddings, you know, wives look very cozy with the bride, with the groomsmen. You know. You know? Yeah, Angela. And where you been at? Well, you want to call in, Angela? I know Angela likes to call in. You want to call in, Angela? Because I was in closing lines. But the minutes I've seen you in my live. People said that Boyce Watkins' wife, body language wise, it looked like she was marrying Willie D, and Boyce Watkins was he was the friend. It said Boyce Watkins looked like the friend. He did. Oh man, listen, man. Oh man, what's going on out here? Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up, Jaye, man? It's Lil Trill.
What's going on, man?
How you been? It's been a minute.
Yo, what's up?
About the topic, well, I'm gonna start out with Boyce Watkins.
Mm-hmm.
Watkins. Listen, the dude. Let's be real. The dude's a loser. I mean, he wiped up someone with 20 kids that came back in his life with 20 kids. Like, who would do that? Like, the dude is a simp, and that's why he constantly tapped Kevin Samuels like that.
Well, again, you got people that feel like they're supposed to be the voice, and when other voices come along that's bigger, they're gonna have their opinion on it and how they feel about it, right?
Yeah, and I mean, the dude constantly he'll put up a post like every once in a while talking about white supremacy, and like I did my research and shit. Like, his daughter is married to a white man, so he must be getting some good white supremacy doing that. Like, come on, bro, you can't make.
Oh man.
Bro, you cannot make this shit up, bro. And most of these people talking about white supremacy are married to a white man. Just look at a CNN cast, bro.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, the more pro-black these chicks they put on these platforms, the better chance she has a mixed family. You know, husband is white. I mean, look at Kamala. All of a sudden, she's a black woman. She went from being Asian or Indian to being black all of a sudden. And I had all these people talking about, well, she black, but she doesn't think that. Go look at some of the articles written about her over the last couple of years. She wasn't considered no black woman until she ran for president. But yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And just like Keke Palmer wear her fist in the air, and then like 2 days later she wear a white man. Like, bro, you can't make this shit up.
Palmer, she has always had something negative to say about black men, but as soon as they're able to get a Caucasian guy, they're going to show him off. They're going to brag about him. That's what goes on, true. Unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't take some of these people seriously. You just can't.
Yep, that's right. And about the Chris Rock situation, bro, I honestly don't want to hear anything he has to say, because when the 2020 election came around, he sold out. The dude literally took his shirt off, just tell everyone to go vote, bro. Like, he sold out a long time ago. He's a weirdo.
Oh yeah, definitely. Weirdo vibes coming from that group that he hangs out with, if you know what I mean. But yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these black celebrities are selling out, and most of these people I looked up to as a little kid, and then like I see them doing this shit, like man, they sold out. But that's really all I gotta say, man.
Okay. All right, bro. Well, thanks for the call. All right.
No, man. See you.
All right, man. I just showed y'all something that was sent to me. Apparently, YouTube is demonetizing videos about Kwame Brown. Is that true? Or is it whom you're speaking of about Kwame? Let me tell y'all something. I've dealt with YouTube. I've had my issues with them. You know, you can't change the algorithm on me like that. I notice very fast. They switch the algorithm more and more to keep certain things from going viral or reaching certain levels. What's good, Kayla? Yeah, it has been a while since I've seen you in my chat, Kayla. Where you been at? Yeah, Willie D definitely looked like the groom, man. Willie D was the groom. Forget all that other. Nah, Willie D was the groom, man. Willie D was the groom. Willie Green was the dude. Becky with the good hair. Where you at? Where you at, boy? Becky with the good hair. Where you at? You know, listen, man. I don't know what's going on as far as the videos, YouTube, and what's going on as far as Kwame is concerned. I think it may be a combination of when you speak about Kwame and maybe in a certain way, or maybe certain thumbnails that may have certain lettering that YouTube is looking at and they're, you know, red flagging. That could be what's happening. I'm not sure. And Steven, I'm a Muslim now, Jackson. Have y'all noticed that Steven Jackson is the most Muslim man you've ever met? Now, I've known some Muslims. They don't have to tell you every 5 minutes that they're Muslim. But Steven Jackson is going extra. Look at how this man is dressing. I mean, to all my Muslim brothers, sisters out here, when y'all look at Steven Jackson, do y'all look at a guy who is trying a little bit too hard to be a Muslim? I mean, I thought that it's almost as if he don't even believe that he's converted. So he has to act like he's converted. And I'm just telling you, his name should be Steven, I'm a Muslim now, Jackson. I mean, he got to tell you every 5 minutes he's a Muslim, right? It's crazy. I don't know of any Muslims that go around telling everybody they're Muslim. Like, come on, man. You're looking like a caricature. Then you're melting down on Instagram every day or every other day, melting down. Come on, man. You're looking kind of weak, sir. Hold up. Did Willie D say that? Did Willie D say, I know that you're marrying her, but she's coming home tonight? Moise Watkins, listen, she's my college crush. Oh, and I'm not following because if Willie D ever said that, I don't think Boyce would do anything. Boyce would probably laugh too. But yeah, back to Becky with the good hair and Steven, I'm a Muslim now, Jackson. Steven, stop ranting at the fans, at trolls, making these goofy videos about how you handing out $1,000 to homeless people. And look at the way this guy dresses. He has the whole, you know what I'm saying? He's trying very hard to prove that he is a Muslim. Like my brother. You don't have to do all that. You really don't. Okay? Oh yeah, he's a bragging Muslim. He's a Muslim that loves to brag. I haven't seen either. I don't know any Muslim that out here bragging about what they have. But that's the difference with these modern males, man. These modern males are crazy. Shy, did you try to call in? Try it one more time, man. I'm keeping the phone lines open just a little bit long because I just wanted to interact with y'all for a little bit. Becky with the good hair, where you at? It's like, man. And then Steven Jackson talking about his $100,000 sponsorships. And this dude Steven Jackson is insecure, man. I've never seen such a tall, lanky, insecure guy in my life, man. This guy played in the NBA. He played the highest level of basketball. You know, I'm sure he's traveled the world, but them insecurities never go away. They never go away. You got to make that change, man. You got to make that lifestyle change, man. You convert it to change your mental and your spiritual mindset, right? That's why you convert it to Islam. But to me, a lot of these guys just do it for show. That's what it seemed like. Becky with the good hair is Matt Barnes. It's Matt Barnes. Curly hair Barnes. Yo, what's going on?
What's up, Jay? It's boy Shaw. What's going on?
What's up, man?
I'm all right. Just driving through the Central Valley of California. Just left Los Angeles. Almost on my way back to the Bay.
All right.
Yeah, this is these gatekeepers, man. It's been a weird couple months, man. Ever since you've been doing videos from Kwame Brown to Joe Budden to Charlemagne to now this. You know, South Carolina's popping, man. There's a lot of stuff going on out there. But as far as the gatekeepers are concerned, man, I'm just so thankful we got guys like you and Kwame and others, man, that's really exposing these cats and making people think. And then Angela Rye, man. They're like Angela Rye, all those Disney kids and Nickelodeon kids. I'm not sure what happens to them, but they just take these feminist weird ideologies and they try to push it on the public. But I'm so glad that people are thinking more.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
As far as the Kwame Brown, what are you saying?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, and also, you know, again, I'm not sure everybody's YouTube thing, but man, people, they're trying to shadow ban, you know, Brown. So I noticed his, you know, he used to have Kevin Samuels numbers. So they're starting to do that crap, man, because, you know, they don't want the message out. It's just really annoying when they do that.
Yeah, that's the algorithm switches a lot of times, and what worked one week may not work the next. That's how it is, and sometimes it could be about what you're talking about, you know.
Yeah, that's why when you said don't do other YouTubers, I didn't understand it at first, but then my friend who's a YouTuber says, yeah, you can't. People who have big channels, they have to abide by other kind of different rules. So now I kind of understand when you guys talk about you know, not shouting out other YouTubers. Is that I can't believe the business is that crazy.
No, I don't think it just depends on what type of content you make. I'm not really sure what happens. Everybody's individual, but I mean, there's human beings behind YouTube. It's not all bots. It's individuals. Individuals make individual decisions, or human decisions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't trying to mess up nobody's money. So yeah, I've seen that in chat rooms, and it's like, man. But yeah, man, good content. You know, keep waking the people up, and we'll see what happens with these gatekeepers. But I'm glad they're being exposed, man. Yeah, Boyce, man, my dude Boyce really letting a lot of people down. But that's just the simp level, man. He's on that Goku simp level. Anyway, let me get back to driving. I'm gonna listen to it on my way up Highway 5. Shout out to the chat, anybody who knows where I'm at, and that's about it.
All right, Shaw. Appreciate the call, man.
Oh, no problem, man. Have a good weekend.
All right, man. Yeah, man, it's just how it is. On YouTube, man, things change. It's what you have to deal with as a content creator. Things are gonna change. What made, and I think it's subscribers too. There are times where if you make videos, there's gonna be people that may not come back. They may watch a few and they'll never come back. They'll never watch your videos. Like I've had a turnover of people who may watch me live. Like you look at, if I was to upload my live streams from 2 years ago, you would see a huge difference in the chat rooms, right? Even a year ago, you may see some difference there. There were people who were members that ain't here no more. I mean, it could just be people just not wanting or not understanding your content anymore, or you may have said one thing they don't like, and all of a sudden, you know, you're a bad guy in their eyes. It bees like that, but you gotta just move forward, move the message forward. Who cares, you know? There's human beings everywhere. There's human beings making human decisions, either on YouTube or behind the scenes on YouTube. I've just learned to deal with YouTube and what goes on, because I've had my issues over the years. There's a reason why I don't stream on my Jaye the Black channel. I will always have some type of strike here or there, so I just stream over here. You know, that's when I was doing big numbers there. I had 700, 800, 900 live. The next thing you know, couldn't stream for what it was like 90 days. So I just said I'm just gonna be over here, you know what I'm saying, and build this up to be the live stream channel. That's how it be, man. Shout out to everybody that's here. Yeah, shout out to the callers. Shout out to the people that donated tonight. I got randomly unsubscribed from a lot of channels that I hadn't logged in months. I think that happened too. I think people did get unsubscribed, and I think a lot of times, if you feel like you haven't seen a video, especially from me, if you feel like you subscribed to me and you haven't gotten notification from me in like days or weeks, you need to go and look my channel up, because I post something damn near every day. And if you think that you're missing videos, because you've probably been unsubscribed, and you need to go resubscribe and click notification bell. Sometimes you have to make sure that you're checking out the channels yourself manually, because you know you're not going to be notified sometimes, and it get to the point to where once you're not watching somebody's videos, then you're not going to get notified. So you have to check that person's channel out. You have to go and search it up. Like if you follow me on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, you're going to know definitely I'm posting videos. That's why if you're on those platforms, I advise you to follow me. I even advise y'all to follow me on Twitch. I'm thinking about doing something with Twitch. I got about 71 people over there, and I ain't streamed over there in 3 years. So shout out to y'all for following me over there. I'm thinking about doing some stuff over there on Twitch. So if you're over there, make sure y'all subscribe. And I'm even on a D Live too. I made an account over there. I still don't understand that platform, but I just wanted to, just in case I have a live streaming issue, I'll be over on those platforms. But I want to do something with Twitch. I don't know yet. I'm thinking about doing like an after show streaming over there, just to get more people over there, just to see who over there, you know. But I'm thinking about doing like a morning show, my basic social politics podcast, doing it live over there on Twitch, having like a, you know, somebody there doing it with me. I just got to figure out how, you know. Am I going to use the OBS or StreamYards? I mean, I'm still trying to figure that out. But salute to y'all being here, man. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this stream up. Thanks to everybody that tuned in. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The links are in the description. Subscribe. Follow me on Patreon, too. I make exclusive content there as well. And, yeah, man, hopefully y'all have a good rest of your night and weekend. And I'll see y'all on the next one. All right, y'all take care.